Good afternoon. It's Friday the 26th, and we've had a shocker of a week. Um, Not really my fault, actually. Had a blowout on Wednesday in London. I'd always got Friday off today. The van's been serviced. I haven't picked it up yet. And I ended up having Thursday off because I had to sort tyres out. Uh, so it's a bit of a week. Money wasn't brilliant, but it's part of the job. That's the thing. So price of fuel, the cheapest fuel I had was 121.33, which was 146. So it's still cheaper. It's 152, 153 around here, so saving 7 pence, but it's still not coming down. Um, we had a job, didn't have a job booked in Monday at all. Did nothing booked in Monday, but I managed to pick a job up, which I've done countless times, which is Northampton to Swindon. I started at 9. I've picked up at 9, left the house at half 8. And then I got a job which was out of Brinkworth, which wasn't far between Swindon and Chippenham back to Rugby, which is a good place to go. Rugby, not too bad at all. Got good money on that. And then I had a Banbury to Bedford after that. So I'd got to travel a bit and got to Bedford, and that was it. That was me done for the day on Monday. It wasn't too bad a day. It was just short of target, but it was an okay day. Beans I hadn't got nothing booked in. I didn't start early. And then Tuesday, I got a job booked in, and it wasn't a massive job, and it was Northampton to Colville, which I find is a pretty good area. Colville, around Leicester, Derby, East Midlands, you get Swaddling Coat and all them. So Colville ain't too bad. It was for Barden Hill, and it was 4 parcels, and it was an early pickup. Had to be picked up at 6:45 in Northampton. We dropped that off easy enough, and then I got greedy because I should have stayed, just bounced around the Midlands. I would like to have got home early in what I did Tuesday, but um, I ended up taking a job for Whetstone, which was Leicester, sort of South Leicester, up to Hartlepool. Not the best area to go to. Yeah, it was one of them ones. I quoted on it, and when I quoted it, I thought, do I really want to quote on that? I thought, well, yeah. Um, and I got it. Of course, I got it. And we ended up going to Hartlepool. It was to the power station. And it was nice and easy actually in the end because they take the power station deliveries at the front gate. There's that you put it on a van and it takes it in for you. Deliveries are all there. There's an office there and all sorted. So it wasn't bad, but oh Jesus, Hartlepool. Wasn't going to get anything out. I eventually got a job from Stillington, which was 8 miles from Hartlepool. I waited quite a while to Derby, and it was right in the centre of Derby, but it couldn't be picked up before I think it was 3:30, 4 o'clock, and it got a delivery slot um, at 7 o'clock. Well, before 7 o'clock, and it happened. I got it to where it got to go, and there was no one. It goods in was empty, but they still took 20 minutes to sort it all out, and it was because the bloke was on a break. One bloke was on a break, so he dealt with that. So, but hey ho, we got it done, and it was in the end turned out a really good day. It was a long day. I didn't get home. I started at 6:15, didn't get home until 7:15, so it's 13 hours. But it was profitable, so it was okay. Wednesday, I hadn't got a job booked in again. There wasn't a lot about. 6 was quite quiet. But then I got a job, and it wasn't until 9:30, 9:45, something like that. And by then I was like, right, I was either got to be a really long job and I'll stay out and I'll come back, but it was my wedding anniversary on the Thursday, so I didn't really want to be out, or it's going to be a short job to Birmingham or something. No, get a job back and just do a small job. As it happened, I got a job off a really good shipper, who's a mate of mine as well, and it was from Northampton to Beckenham and wait and return because the items that had gone to Beckenham were wrong. They took the wrong ones, and I was taking the right ones and bringing the wrong ones back. Great. And it was from Northampton, 4 miles away. So I got a wait and return, goodish money, and I was just happy to get that. And what should have been a simple job turned into not a nightmare, but a bloody nuisance. I took it down, and it was to a health centre in Beckenham, and the guys I took insulation down, and they was doing an extension to this huge centre, a bit of a building site. Found the guy straight away. Well, the guy was in charge. He said, round the back, the guys are in the van. They've got the other insulation that's wrong. Just swap it over and you'll be on your way. Fantastic. Round the back we goes. Whipped it off. Whipped it on. 2 minutes. Got it all signed up. Superb. Just pushed the home destination. Thought, nice easy day. And I'll be home quite early. And I come out of the health centre, off the building site, onto their car park, got to the gate, the barrier went up, and I thought there's something not right here, and I got a puncture. Luckily, I got it round the corner on the road, and it was the front left, near side left. So I've got a space saver. That's what I carry in the back, a space saver. Never driven with a space saver. Come to that in a minute. And so I phoned up my mate who's the shipper. Said, look, this is what I sent him a photo. Said, look, I've got a puncture on site. I've got to change the tyre, and I've got to get it sorted. I says, I'll give you an ETA when this goods are going back to the company when I'm sorted. I said, but it's going to have a space saver on. He was brilliant. He just says, don't even rush back. Just come back at the speed that you should do. If you don't make it, if they've shut, because they shut at 5, if you don't make it, not a problem. I'll take them off you and I'll deliver them in the morning because I'm going in. So I said, okay. So I did the tyre change. It don't take long. I've got all the kit. I've got the jack. I've got all the bits. I always carry a massive 4-length piece of tubing about like that. And you put that on because they just put them on with the air guns. You can't undo them. The bloody spanners only like that. What takes them off. And we got the tyre off, jacked it up, got it off, put the other one on, the space saver, tightened it all up with the leverage, so I know they're tight, and off we go. And it took about 25 minutes, half an hour. And it said I was going to get back at 5 to 5. That's normal pace. No, 10 to 5. That's normal driving, normal speed restrictions. And it's nearly all motorway. It's M25, M1. I couldn't do that speed because the space saver, it says 80 clicks, which is not that quick. And in the end, I went on the motorway and I had to do 90 clicks because the lorries, that's their speed limit. I was going to get rammed up the arse, I'm sure I was, because the lorries were trying to overtake me, and I thought, I can't do this. Went up to 90 clicks and sat there with the lorries, and I just tucked in behind one big lorry. It was a Royal Mail lorry. I was about 100 yards from it. I thought, that'll do. I'll just sit here, exactly the same speed as him, and see how far we get. And I get to Luton, which is where it all narrows because it's narrow lanes at the minute. It has been for ages. It's a fucking pain. 50-mile-an-hour limit, which is fine. I was looking for slowing down traffic. Wow, you touch the brakes on one of these, and I didn't touch it hard. They squirm all over the place. It's like, oh my god. And it is. It's quite unnerving to start with. But when you get used to it, you're gripping the steering wheel because it dives left because it's front left that's got the space over. And there was loads of traffic at Milton Keynes, so I wasn't going to get back. Phoned the shipper up, and he says, I'll come and meet you. He knows where I live. He said, I'll meet you outside the gate, and we'll just chuck them on mine. He says, don't worry about it. He said, they're only returns going into their stock. They're taking it in the morning. He phoned them up. They said, that's fine. So Wednesday, I ended up the space saver. So that was buggered Thursday. I got offered 2 jobs Thursday, one from a really good company, courier company, and I phoned him up and just explained to him what it was. I couldn't do the Thursday job, and he said, not a problem. He put it on the 6. He says, and I was still driving back when he offered me it. And he said, just get back safe. I said, any other time I'd jump on that. So that cost me Thursday because I've got to get the tyre sorted. And I've got really good tyres on mine. I've got Michelin's, and they're cross summer, whereas they're top of the range. They cost a lot of money, and I've done 80,000 on these tyres, and my rear tyres have still got. I thought they're about 5 mil. They're 6 mil of tread still on the rear tyre, so it's worth paying more. So Thursday I was off. I phoned me tyre man Scotty, and his brother Darren does me mechanics. They work at different garages, and I said to him, I need a tyre. I said, I'm thinking of putting a pair on the front because that's the drive, and they were a lot less than the ones on the back, the millimetre, the tread. And I said, I've got to get this space saver off. So we've put Hankooks on there. They're really good tyres. and put a pair on the front. The tyre that was ripped had a gouge in the side, and the other tyre was just over the sort of limit. It would have done another 1,000 miles, but no good. So we've got a pair of Ankooks on the front, and we've got these Michelins on the back. As long as you've got the same axle, I'm happy with that. And he said it will be fine. So that was Thursday. I had my hay fever jab, which I had last year. First time I had it last year. I don't even know what they jabbed me with, but last year it was brilliant. Never had nothing, so I thought I'd take the opportunity. Got the day off Thursday. I wasn't working Friday, so it's turned into a 3-day week, and I only did one job on the Wednesday, which was a wait and return. So pretty poor week financially, but I got the two tyres. They worked out with VAT 240, which was tracked, tubes, everything, the full Monty. And I'm waiting for Darren to come back. I know the wishbone was knocking a bit. It started about a week ago. And his brother, Scotty, who did tyres, says, your wishbone's got to be sorted. They'll have to get Darren to order the part. So that's been done as well as a service. So all in all, it wasn't a brilliant week. I'll quickly go through the figures. I did 29 hours over 3 days. I did 20 hours driving, 960 miles, and ended up before VAT 586, after VAT 70320. Take off the VAT man's bit, 632.88 over 3 days, and it worked out at 210.96 per day. And that was with just one job Wednesday. Tuesday saved it going to Hartlepool, although it was a long day and a lot of dead miles. I did dead miles back from Derby. I did dead miles back from Beckenham. No, I didn't do dead miles because I had the load on. I did dead miles back from Bedford. So all in all, it was a few miles. And obviously, I took it to the garage yesterday, come back, and that's counted in the mileage. That's business mileage. So it weren't brilliant pence per mile. It was under 70 pence per mile, which is not good, but it's one of them things. The van, the Doblo, I've had it January last year. So I've done 15 months, coming up to 16 months. And the van's never had any issues. I mean, I've never had a problem. I have it serviced. I have fresh oil put in every 10,000 miles, and I have a service every 20. So it gets serviced regular. It's running sweet. Things are going to go wrong now. It's 120,000. You're going to get issues. I've had new brake discs and pads, which is obviously wear and tear. And apart from that, I haven't replaced one bulb. So it's money, and I've saved up the money. I've got money. I've got a fair bit of money in the reserves to spend on the van if needed. I was tempted to buy a steel wheel off the scrap man or something like that. Go and find a scrap man for a Doblo spare wheel. Put a tyre on it, a part worn tyre on it, and keep it in the van, so I could just put it on and use the van as normal. But thinking about it now, I've had the van. This is for fifth, like I say, a year and 4 months, year and 3 months. And it's the first time it's happened. And the space saver wheel fits on my wheel arch because the wheel arch is boxed in and it doesn't protrude the wheel arch. It's narrower than the wheel arch. So when they put pallets on, they fit. A big wheel, I'm going to struggle to put it somewhere. I'd have to clamp it to somewhere to try and keep it out of the way. So I'm going to leave the space saver on. Although I wouldn't want to do mountains of miles on a space saver, but it did get me out of a jam. So that's my week. Short and not massively profitable, but that's what happens now and again. I've got a full week next week, hopefully, unless something else happens. You never know. We'll touch wood. Um, Wife's birthday tomorrow, anniversary yesterday, birthday tomorrow. We're going down to Twickenham to watch the Mighty Saints play Harlequins at Twickenham, 50 odd thousand league match. We're top of the league. If we win tomorrow, we're definitely in the playoffs with probably a home draw. Even if we lose tomorrow, we're still going to be top because we're clear by 5, but we want to win. So that's a full day. And then Sunday, we're having a barbecue. Well, the weather looks pants, but we're having all the family around to have a bit of a do. So weekend's busy. Whew. I've put the Pan European, it's up for sale. So if anyone wants a really good Pan European Honda ST 1300, that's last year from July to now has only done 120 miles. Because when I got back off my holiday last year, it was serviced and MOT'd and I haven't rode it. So that's up for sale. Anything else to tell you? Not really. It's been quite a nice day today, and I've done loads in the garden, which I hate doing. Hate. But may as well finish a shit week off with the gardening. Like I say, if you want to like and subscribe, I am going to do the video. I said last week I was going to do it about what my thoughts are on the CX and trusted and all that, and is it working? Syndicates, are the CX getting ripped off? Are we getting ripped off because syndicates are doing it cheaper because they've only had one fee? I'm going to do that sometime over the weekend, and I'll probably put it out for next week, sort of Monday, Tuesday. So, hope you're doing well. I'm rambled on for way too long. Speak soon.